My son exposed my cheating wife's affair and I destroyed her. I never thought my life would take such a devastating turn. I never thought I would be the man sitting here, telling strangers on the internet how my marriage fell apart in the most brutal way imaginable. But life has a way of tearing away the illusions we build for ourselves, and sometimes the people we trust the most are the ones who cut us the deepest. It all started on an ordinary evening. I had just come home from work, tired but relieved to be back with my family. My wife, Laura, was in the kitchen, humming softly as she cooked dinner. My 16-year-old son, Ethan, was unusually quiet at the table, staring at his phone with this conflicted look on his face. I didn't think much of it at first, teenagers and their moods, right? But that night would be the night that shattered everything I thought I knew about my marriage. After dinner, Ethan asked to talk to me in private. His voice was shaky, and I could tell he was holding back tears. I followed him upstairs, and he closed the door behind us. What he said next froze me to the core. Dad, I need to show you something. But promise me you won't be mad at me. I promised, though my heart was already pounding. Ethan unlocked his phone and handed it to me. On the screen were dozens of messages. At first, I didn't understand what I was looking at, just strings of text, emojis, late-night timestamps. But then it clicked. The messages weren't Ethan's. They were between my wife, his mother, and another man. The words were unmistakable: flirtation, intimacy, declarations of love. I felt the blood drain from my face. My hands trembled as I scrolled through message after message, each one confirming what I didn't want to believe. Ethan explained that he had noticed his mom acting strangely, sneaking off to take calls, guarding her phone, even lying about errands. He had gotten suspicious and managed to see the notifications when she left her phone unattended. My son had discovered his mother's affair. And now he was the one exposing the truth to me. I don't know if I've ever felt such a combination of emotions: rage, grief, disbelief, humiliation, all crashing into me at once. But above all, there was the crushing sadness of watching my son's eyes. He was hurting just as much as I was, maybe more. No child should have to carry the burden of their parents' betrayal. That night, I didn't confront my wife. I couldn't. I sat in bed next to her, pretending to sleep while she texted who knows who on her phone. My mind raced all night, torn between confronting her immediately and gathering undeniable proof. In the end, I chose patience. I owed it to myself, and to Ethan, to make sure there was no room for denial. Over the next few days, I quietly documented everything. I took screenshots from Ethan's phone. I checked phone bills and credit card statements. I noticed mysterious charges for hotels, dinners, rideshares. Every clue piled onto the mountain of evidence until I couldn't deny it anymore. My wife wasn't just flirting. She was in a full-blown affair. When the day finally came to confront her, I didn't do it in anger. I waited until Ethan was out of the house. I sat Laura down at the kitchen table, placed the printed messages in front of her, and asked one simple question. Why? At first, she tried to deny it. She said it was just harmless flirting, that I was overreacting. But as I laid out every piece of evidence, her defenses crumbled. Eventually, she broke down crying, begging me to forgive her, saying it was a mistake, that she never wanted to hurt me or Ethan. But the damage was done. I told her that the moment she betrayed not only me, but our son, the moment she made him part of her lies, she crossed a line that could never be uncrossed. I couldn't look at her the same way. I couldn't trust her, and I couldn't respect her. The weeks that followed were brutal. Divorce lawyers, custody discussions, nights when Ethan cried in his room because his family was falling apart. Nights when I sat awake, wondering if I should have fought harder to save the marriage, even though I knew deep down it was unsalvageable. But through the pain, something unexpected happened. Ethan and I grew closer. We became a team. We supported each other, talked through the anger and confusion, and found strength in the bond between father and son. I made a vow to him that I would never put him second, never let betrayal define our family again. As for Laura, she tried to win me back at first, then grew bitter when she realized I wouldn't budge. The affair partner vanished quickly once things got messy, leaving her alone with her regret. And while a part of me still mourns the woman I thought she was, I know now that the life we had was built on lies. The destruction wasn't about revenge. It was about taking back control of my life. It was about showing my son that strength doesn't come from rage. It comes from refusing to accept dishonor, from standing tall when your world falls apart. Today, I'm divorced, but I'm free. Ethan and I are healing together, and while the scars remain, so does our bond. If there's one thing I want people to take from my story, it's this: betrayal doesn't have to break you. Sometimes, it's the fire that forges you into someone stronger. And to the person listening who may be facing something similar, don't let lies dictate your life. You deserve honesty, respect, and love. And if someone can't give you that, then they don't deserve you.